I'm an interviewer. I interview celebrities, content creators.
What are some of the top celebrities that you've been able to interview?
My most famous interview is with Whitney Houston. It was on a show called Fanatic back in 1998. Whitney actually handpicked me. This is not something I just made up, the producers of the show. And when I entered the Creator Academy, I only had like 200 followers. Today I got 15K, and it's only been, some months that I've been.
And I saw that you were making like 600 something, right?
Listen, I just hit $700 today.
For the people who don't know who you are, introduce yourself, give us a little background on what you do and how you decided to become a content creator.
My name is Quincy Thomas, and my brand is Studio Q. I'm an interviewer. I interview celebrities, content creators, everybody who's in front of or behind the camera I'm interested in.
What are some of the top celebrities that you've been able to interview?
My most famous interview is with Whitney Houston. It was on a show called Fanatic back in 1998. Whitney actually handpicked me. This is not something I just made up. The producers of the show called and told me that they used my tape to book Whitney and sent her multiple tapes, and she chose me. So that was really, really awesome. It was one of their highest rated episodes. So even though that wasn't really like, a professional interview, it has served me well because that's what I do. I've interviewed the late, great John Singleton. There's so many people. Viola Davis, Danny Glover.
I've seen your Facebook page with all the pictures with celebrities and stuff. Let's talk about Facebook because that's what we're here for. So let's talk about what have you been doing, the monetization of those pages. I know you have multiple Facebook pages because you're inside of the Creator Academy. So I have an idea of what you're doing. But let's talk about specifically like which pages you want to talk about, because I know you have like 3 or 4, right? And what's the strategy you've been following? Which one is monetized? Which one is not? And we'll go from there.
When I first started the Academy, shout out to you, Lester, because I've learned so much from you about Facebook. I was completely green when I started. I had a fresh page when I started because one of my pages, Studio Q, which had got up to like 46,000 followers, it had got a violation. And so I created a brand new page. And when I entered the Creator Academy, I only had like 200 followers. Today I got 15K, and it's only been, some months that I've been. And so I haven't been accepted into the content monetization program yet for that page, but I think I got the stars or whatever. So that's a page I'm just hopefully waiting to get invited to. The other Studio Q page, like I'm not really posting on that. Like that's one of the reasons I want to talk to you, because I do have multiple pages, and like I want your brain on kind of like categorizing what content I should be putting on each page, even though I do have the rights manager. And my Quincy Thomas page, I think I stayed at like 2,000 or 1,000 followers for years because I just really didn't post on it. And because of you, now I'm over 5,000 just in a few months of doing the follower ads. It's not accepted, but hopefully you'll get accepted into the content monetization.
Yeah, I think you're weeks away. We're in July. Facebook said that August 31st is the deadline to get everyone into the new program. So you should get an invite before August 31st, or most likely within September, 1st of September, something like that. So hopefully you do get it. I've seen a couple pages that have received that invitation. Now, I did look up your pages, 2 of them. I'm actually looking at them right now. You have the Studio Q page with 46,000 followers, and then you have another one with 15,000 followers. Those are both your pages, right?
Correct.
Which one you said is the 46,000 followers? That one is not monetized yet?
It's got a striker for and that's been over a year. So I've been constantly trying to get the violation off, because I also have 13,000 trapped from that page that I haven't gotten because of the violation.
What was the violation on this one?
I had posted unoriginal content.
The good news is that it's not really that difficult to get removed. The problem with Facebook is that they don't really tell you exactly which post it is. So these violations are most likely automated. So meaning that no one actually went onto your page and said, you're not supposed to post this picture, I'm giving you a violation. It's essentially the algorithm or something within the picture. Maybe someone else used your picture on, another Facebook page, and they consider that the page is not original. But there's a couple of things that you can do with this. I would say the most difficult one is to just delete everything and give it a full 2 weeks without posting anything. I know it's difficult because you have to go through like a bunch of content and just delete it, pretty much everything, and just let it sit there. The second option is the one you apply, which is I'm building a second Facebook page and I'm just gonna rebuild my audience on that second page, start from scratch, make sure everything's original, and try to get this monetized, which is what you're doing in that second page. And that's the one with 15,000 followers.
Yes.
And by the way, you also have 120 something thousand on YouTube, right?
Yes.
What is the one page you want to really put all your attention in terms of monetization and try to scale that as much as possible?
I would say the Whitney page, only because at the current time right now, it's the only page that I'm accepted into the new program.
And I saw that you were making like 600 something, right?
Listen, I just hit $700 today.
Before we jump on that one, do you have any questions about the other pages on what you can do regarding those pages?
Yes, I do. Because I'm Quincy and everything I do is, I mean, it's not the same, but it's the same. Like, I just would love to get your opinion on like Studio Q. Like for right now, what I'm doing is just kind of posting the clips that kind of feature the guest, the celebrity on there. And on my Quincy Thomas page, I'm kind of like focusing on the stories behind meeting the people, because I kind of got that from you in one of our coaching calls. And my actual profile page is monetized too, but I don't got anything on there really, just a few reels from trips. But my mind gets jumbled up because I am everywhere. And so it's like, what do you think in terms of like just branding and me?
First of all, your professional mode profile, that should be all about you. It should be, treat that as your main channel for your vlog. Like whatever it is you're doing on a day-to-day basis, that's exactly what you're gonna post in there. If you went out today and you are about to have an interview with someone, you can just post a quick selfie, maybe a video, hey, I'm about to interview XYZ. Stay tuned, I'll share this on my Studio Q page or on my other page. That way you have unique content for your professional mode profile, but at the same time, you're promoting your other pages. So you don't want to recycle all the content.
Yes, I kind of feel like I'm doing that, and I don't want. I want people to have a different experience on every page.
Exactly, and that's why you got to be really smart about how you create content. So I would say you got to have the mindset that my professional mode profile, it's all about me. It's not about the celebrities. It's not about the interviews. It's not about the stories. It's just about you, and essentially you just sharing whatever it is that's happening on your day-to-day basis. That's what you're going to post. Whether it's just you eating out, recording a new YouTube video, selfie. Hey guys, I'm about to record a new video. I'm going to be talking about the time that I met celebrity X. And if you guys want to see the full thing, just go and watch on my Studio Q page. I'll be posting the full video on that page. You upload that video is monetized, and essentially, continue to get you new followers on that professional mode profile. It has nothing to do with your other page. You're not recycling. You're actually providing something new to your audience. And then on the other pages is just that. Whether it's just interviews, videos, whatever it is. And then the other page could be the photo post, the story behind meeting celebrities, and reflections on the time you met whoever it was. And that's why you want to keep it separate. But you do have to have some sort of content plan for each specific page. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. The only thing I kind of get tripped up on is my Quincy Thomas profile page. I also have a Quincy Thomas business page or fan page. So the same thing applies.
When you say business page,
social media or fan page, whatever, the one that can be monetized, like in the content. Yeah.
It depends. How many followers on that professional mode profile?
2.6 thousand.
And most of the people who follow you there are friends and family.
Yeah.
So yeah, that doesn't matter then. And I would say just if you want to grow, Facebook pages are always going to be better for growing a massive audience and your personal brand. So if you want to do the exact same strategy, instead of doing that on your professional profile,
do it on my Quincy Thomas. That's where I went, because I'm like, I've got two pages with the same name. One is Quincy and one is Quincy Thomas, but
you never know. If one of those videos go, like, let's say it gets 100,000 views on the business page, now you can retarget those people using ads, using what we teach in the viral formula, essentially, to get those people to follow you, and you're building your personal brand. It is way more profitable for you long-term to build your personal brand on social media, on Facebook with your name, because more opportunities will come from that. It's not just a monetization game. It's not just how much money you'll make from videos. It's essentially people reaching out to you because they love how you interview people. Maybe they want to offer you some sort of opportunity. Maybe they want to fly you out somewhere so you can go behind the scenes and interview some additional people. So it's just building that personal brand. And the bigger your brand on Facebook, let's say you have 100,000, 200,000 followers, and people know that that's what you do, you interview celebrities, doors will open. I guarantee you that.
Everything that you just said about the professional mode on profile, do that for the Quincy Thomas social instead.
Yeah, because it's gonna be way too slow for you to build that professional mode profile. You can't really target the people the same way as you would with a Facebook page. It's way easier if you want to build your personal brand, which you already have a personal brand. But what I'm saying, like, you want to build that personal brand on Facebook as well with your name. We're not talking about the Whitney Houston page, just your name. You know, you can definitely do that inside of Facebook, and you can get it to like whatever numbers you want. Like, you can go bigger than YouTube if you want. But I would say just focus there and just think of it as, I'm sharing my life, I'm sharing my day-to-day basis, I'm sharing what I'm doing for work, I'm sharing my content creation. I don't know if I mentioned this in our last coaching call, but someone said if you want to grow on social media, you need to document, not create content.
Gary Vee said that.
It's documentation beats content creation. So if you go for your Facebook business page with your brand, just document pretty much everything you do and just put it on that Facebook page. And then the other Facebook pages is just the content itself that you're making with celebrities, the stories, pretty much everything else.
The only question I have now is those 2 Studio Q pages, because I really did do what you said on the 46,000. I cleared out everything. So if you even go there, it's only got a few posts that I've done on there because of the violation I haven't. So now I got 2 Studio Q pages. Like,
I think you should definitely focus on the clean one. We did this with, I have another massive influencer that's been working with me for a couple of weeks now, and she has a couple of million, like 7.6 million followers on Facebook. And the problem is that she was demonetized for some stuff that she hasn't been able to fix that. And so we said, okay, let's build a second Facebook page and let's try to feed some of the people from that main page to that second page while you try to fix the main page. And she was able to get that second page now monetized. So essentially now she's just feeding from the public, from the 7 point something followers that she has on the main page, and send some of those people to that second page. So even though she doesn't have 1 million followers on that second page, she's still benefiting from the actual main page, because she just shares some of the posts, use the collaboration feature, maybe run some ads to essentially retarget some of those people, and it works. So don't worry about whether this page, you have the same page twice, because essentially if it does get fixed, great, amazing. If it doesn't, you're still building that second page to essentially be able to monetize in the next couple of weeks or perhaps couple of months. I'm not saying delete the page. I'm saying just let it sit there for a while. See if you're able to fix it. If you can't fix it, don't just sit back and wait for Facebook to just say, hey, now you can go ahead and monetize. No, just build that second page as much as you can. And if it does get monetized, and if it does get the other page gets fixed, now you have 2 pages.
Thank you. Because really, it's really about the posting of content. That's where my brain gets jumbled. So the fact that I could just let that sit there.
Focus on that second page, but instead use the main page as a way to promote the content on that second page, whether it's ads or organically. So that means if you post something on the second page, you can share that on the main page. Or if you want to retarget the people who follow you on the main page, you can definitely do that as well, to get you to either follow you or maybe watch some of the videos, because they're more likely to watch a video if you retarget the exact same people on that main page. So whichever way, but just put all the content on that second page and just use the main page as a way to just promote the content on that second page.
Okay, got it.
Let's talk about the Whitney Houston page. What's making you the most money right now?
So I get the most money, the only money really, it seems like, from the photos.
And you are posting a lot. How many times are you posting on this page?
When I started making money in 2023, I was posting 15 times a day. I think I got up to like 3,000 a month.
It seems to be working really well for you. Here's my concern with this. Are all of these photos stuff that you own?
No, these are just stuff that I put in Chat GTP from the internet, or I put on a quote, put my branding on it.
You have your watermark, you have some text on the photos, that's fine. But I would say you got to figure out how to brand this even more. What I mean by that is pick one specific color that you want to use, whether it is pink, purple.
It would be purple because that's Whitney's favorite color.
You can just, whatever picture you're going to use, you can put it within a frame, meaning that you can go to Canva and you can add a square box that is purple. You can add your image, you can add a watermark, and then you can save it to your computer and just schedule on Facebook. You can possibly spend 2 hours per week doing this and have like 35 different photos. And at the same time, it seems like some specific photos do better than others. If you find something that works, instead of having to go out there and experiment with new photos, take the exact same photo and reframe it in a different, like maybe use the exact same photo with a different quote. But you had a photo here here that had like 1,400 likes or something like that. You take the exact same photo, and whichever photos are working for you, you want to repurpose that with a different quote. So you just take the exact same photo, different quote, and just post it on Facebook.
I've never done a image ad. What would be good copy for image ad for a page like this?
Because this is for Whitney Houston fans, I would say is the best way, and your profile kind of already has, like, I'm seeing a picture of you, 1,500 likes on this photo, which is essentially you and Whitney together. I would say that is a great image ad because you can tell a story and you can say this was in 2001 or 1998 or something. And you can say, this is the time that I met Whitney Houston, and let me tell you the story of how I made this happen. And if you want to hear more stories like this, if you're a fan of Whitney Houston, give me a like. I'll be sharing more about my journey or whatever it is. And basically you want to get them to follow because these people, whoever is reading that story is going to be a super fan.
Because I wanted to also ask you, I went into my analytics and I saw that I had 60% of followers from the United States. And I wanted to know, do I need to do it more to make more money? Like do an ad to get more US fans?
If it goes below 50%, then you always want to run some ads. But if you're at 60% right now, that's great. You don't need to run any more ads. Only run ads if you want to get to like that million follower mark. And also running ads helps with reach. If you run some follower ads, even if you're spending like $5 a day, it always helps with the reach of the page. It just seems like Facebook promotes Facebook pages that are spending a little bit of money on ads.
Yeah, and I've never ran an ad on that page ever.
You are monetized for text, stories, and photos, right?
Yes. My text posts don't do that well though. I don't know if I haven't done enough.
What's the reason why you're not monetized for Instagram?
I think I got a violation on the videos. I think that's why with the videos. So I make only money on the photos.
Was it a copyright violation?
It was. That's why I had to delete all of the videos.
You have deleted a lot of the videos. What about Reels? Have you tried deleting the Reels?
Yeah, these are ones that I re-added since I deleted because I already knew that these ones don't get, because I've been doing this for so long, I knew that these don't get flagged. But also when somebody said like, because I was only doing pictures because of the violations and the sensitivity of Facebook and Whitney Houston and monetizing. So, but they said you should still do videos. So that's why I started doing those. And then I started gaining more followers because of the reels that I was posting.
There's a couple of things that you can do. This is a difficult spot because essentially you're trying to still talk about Whitney, but at the same time you want to avoid posting music videos or stuff that can get your page demonetized overall. So a couple of things that you might want to do. This is a page about you and Whitney. So have you tried ever making content of you reacting to people who might be talking about Whitney, maybe reacting to some of her interviews, maybe reacting to people dancing to her videos or singing some of her songs and just giving you your feedback about those?
I haven't done that. And I have an Instagram channel, my Instagram, and I just posted Cynthia Erivo breaking down a Whitney Houston performance. And she was talking about it. And that's what I was going to ask you too in this call is like, should I delete those videos and have reaction videos?
Honestly, this is the best approach because it's going to keep you safe from, getting copyright violations. Because if you do a reaction video, like for example, let's say you make a video about, I'm gonna react to Whitney Houston's my favorite song from Whitney Houston, and you just play the video, and before you play the video you can say something like, hey guys, I interviewed Whitney Houston in 1998 or something. I want to share with you my favorite song from Whitney Houston. And you start playing a couple of seconds of this song, and then you start providing your feedback, or you start talking about why you love this song so much. And now you can also implement this with interviews. She's done dozens of interviews in the past that you can provide feedback as someone who also interviews other celebrities and talk about, maybe she's telling a story about her mom, and you can say, hey, well, actually I was able to meet her mom and I was doing this and doing that, and you can provide that additional feedback, and that's going to be original, like 100% original content for your page.
So should I delete those videos that I have, since then I don't have to ever worry about Facebook coming back later?
Delete the videos, but then re-upload the videos with your reaction and your commentary. Like you have a video here with 800,000 views.
Yeah, I just saw that on Instagram, but that would be great for me to probably react to this little boy.
Right. So you upload the exact same video, but the only difference is now now your face is in the video and you're saying, hey, I found this amazing video of this little boy dancing to a Whitney Houston song, and I thought I just had to share this with you guys. Check this out. And now you're adding context for the video. You're creating something original out of this video, and it's not the same as you just taking the raw video and just uploading to your page.
But how long do I still pick videos that don't immediately have a hype? Because I've never done a reaction video before. I know there's millions of them that are really popular out there, but like, how do you still play some of the video without it getting, if you do a popular song or something like that? Do I still pick the videos that I know really don't get flagged?
The reaction content pretty much allows you to apply what a lot of content creators call fair use, which is essentially taking the content. This is how you get, like, I have a client of mine, I worked with him like a couple months back. He did reaction content to movie trailers and like just movie scenes, which is the toughest niche to make reaction content for, because everything's copyright. Like, you can't get away from copyright, and he got away with monetizing that type of content. And the way he did it is very simple. You have an intro, which could be 5 to 10 seconds, where you provide context of what we're about to see and maybe why you're sharing the video, and then you show your face the entire time while you actually play that video. Now, I'm not saying, like, if you have a music video that's, let's say, 2 minutes long, I'm not saying just sit there and just let the song play for 2 minutes and just you reacting to that song. What I'm saying is you gotta have small little sections of breaks within the actual video where you provide some sort of commentary, or maybe you talk about, like, he did a reaction content for, it was a pretty big movie that was coming out. It was a movie trailer, and it was just his excitement on this movie. So that's how they get away with this type of content, and they're able to essentially, monetize copyrighted content because they're making it unique somehow. So if you start doing that, trust me, you will continue to build your brand, and you will essentially fix the issue of Facebook claiming that you're uploading copyrighted content, because now it's just content that you created yourself.
I like the fact that it can further my brand, because it could be Quincy Reacts,
Yeah, exactly. And you can even, like, some of these posts, you can even tag your other Facebook page. Like, you can tag your page as a collaborator, and you can send some of the traffic from this page to that other page, and it will continue to build your second page that potentially could be monetized. So there's a lot of benefits from just doing this. People need to see your face. They need to know who you are. This cannot be just a random Facebook page or a fan page for a celebrity. It has to be something that is connected to you somehow, so that you can leverage that to build your other pages and you can continue to make more money.
In that vein, like, when I tell a Whitney story, like, I've got a handful of videos where I've, shared stories of where I've met her or different things that have happened. And I use it on my Quincy Thomas page because it doesn't have that many followers. And then I collaborated with the Whitney page. Is that the way to go, or should it be reversed?
Always, like, whichever page you're trying to grow, that's the page you should always just post the content on that page first. And then you leverage that content and you post it, or you share that post, either you just by sharing the post or using the collaboration feature. As you know, when you upload content, Facebook will say, do you want to tag another Facebook page? And you just add the name, and that's it. But this page is monetized right now, and I would say that those other two pages, you'll likely be able to get those monetized, but just feed off the big audience you have already and just send some of those people to those second page. The more, the better. It's like having little assets that make you money every single month. Also, by the way, I would say, have you tried reaching out to Meta regarding that Facebook page to see if they're able to help you fix the monetization issue?
On the Studio Q one?
On the main page, the video monetization for Whitney.
No, because I was deleting. So I have not put the wheels in motion to hammer.
Are you Meta verified?
I am on my profile.
So try reaching out to Meta whenever you can, Meta verify. They're not going to fix the issue for you, but you want to be able to kind of open a case and have them look into the page and say, hey guys, do this after you delete the videos, like all the videos, and you start uploading content that is your own, like the reaction content. If you can go back and delete some of the reels you posted, just don't delete them from your computer. Just have them there and start re-uploading those videos again. Start with the most popular videos. You have 1.3 million, 800,000, 1.2 million, 121,000, 196,000. Take them all down, make a list. Which ones are the top videos with the most views? Start with those videos, meaning that you start reacting and adding your commentary to those videos. And it's the easiest things, because all you got to do is record yourself looking at the video, and then you pause the video while you're actually talking, and then you put those two videos together into a reaction content.
The template that you gave us for just the videos to upload, like I just need one reactionary one that I could just duplicate a million times.
The editing part of it is the only thing, because you got to know how to merge both the footage and your reaction into one video. I have a few videos on my channel that are reaction content, and they're not difficult. It's just that you got to have some understanding on how to edit those type of videos. And by the way, if you want to test this, like the easiest way to test this, you can use something like TikTok or CapCut allows you to do this, where you can have a video in the background and you can do this from your phone. Like you can actually record yourself with the video in the background, like a green screen, and you can just talk while the video is playing or something, and you can test it out to see if a video gets traction before you invest time into editing the video itself.
That's great. I just love it because talking to you, like, I think it was like just a idea that zoomed by about the reaction. Like, I'm like, it probably would be best and make it original, but it just kind of skirted by. But that would just really reframe that whole page to make it more about me and my relationship with Whitney versus just another fan page.
You got to think about how you're going to structure, because the problem with having too many Facebook pages is that your focus just gets split into many different Facebook pages, and you're going to get lost into, okay, what do I post on this one? What do I post on this one? So I get it. So the best way to think about this is like your personal brand is whatever is happening on your day-to-day basis, like before it happens, after it happens, while it's happening, selfies, videos, whatever it's happening, you post it on your business page. That is your name. Then we have the Facebook page, which is the Studio Q. This is the celebrity stuff, interviews, stories, stuff like that. Then we have Whitney Houston, which is just talking about Whitney Houston. We're not talking about you. We don't care about you. We just care about Whitney Houston. So we're going to try to merge that into, this is Whitney Houston. This is her story. This is the way she lived. This is her music. And I'm just reacting to that. I'm just adding my 2 cents, but she's a star. So we're going to attract those followers to that page. So if you split it that way, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to manage all of that content. And so the main thing is, like, we try to make as much money as possible right now. It is difficult to make money with photos, although photos can pay you a lot of money, as you've seen. So I would say double down on photos, but instead of trying to figure out which photos are going to work best, I would say there's a couple of things that you can do. Repost the exact same photos that work well in the past. If you have a photo from a month ago that had 3,000 likes and it made you $200, take it down and then re-upload it again. And that's going to make you more money. And then while you do that, if you find a photo that works really well, use the exact same photo, different quotes, different questions, and essentially, most likely, it's going to make you more money, because the people who are interacting with those photos are not going to be your followers. It's going to be non-followers. So you want to keep doing that. And I would say, if you have any photos yourself, the easiest things that you can do, let's say you go to YouTube and you find a music video from Whitney. You start taking screenshots of different sections of that video, and you start uploading those photos to your Facebook page as a carousel post. And then you can add the lyrics to the music or maybe something else, and you have maybe 4 or 5 different photos as a carousel post, and that's going to make you a ton of money. That's working really well right now for Facebook, as you saw from some of our coaching calls, and you can do this like unlimited times.
The carousel.
What's Whitney's most famous song?
I Will Always Love You.
So let's say you go on YouTube, you find that song, you take a few screenshots of that song, of that video itself, and essentially you want to put your branding on it, of course. You want to put your watermark, and then you want to put like maybe 4 or 5 different photos from that same video, music video, and you add the captions of a section of that music video, of the lyrics of the music. So whichever section, and then you can say in the description, this is my favorite part of this song, or why I love this song so much. And you have 4, 5, 6 different posts, all of them with the little caption of the lyrics of the song, and people are gonna love that. Trust me, especially the super fans.
But my question about the size, should each of those screenshot sizes with my branding be 4x5?
It's gonna look like a regular photo. So the only difference is it's gonna show up as a carousel post. So it's gonna be multiple little photos that you can add to your page. And just by adding the captions on them, it's gonna make it unique. And try it out with maybe the top 2, top 3 songs that she has. Do the carousel post and see how much engagement they get. And then the description or the context of those photos might be, this is the lyrics for one of my favorite Whitney songs, and this is my favorite section. And you start sharing all those different photo posts and just try it out. See how people respond to it. If you see that people really love that, do the next one and the next one. So as long as you continue to test different types of formats for your photos, you'll know what makes you the most money, and essentially you start scaling that to potentially, go from 700 to 1200 to maybe 5,000 a month just using photos. Because I've seen Facebook pages make 5, 7, 8,000 a month with just text and photos. So it is definitely possible to do that.
I heard you say that in one of the calls, but I was like getting bogged down in should it be 4x5?
And test it out. If you start making some, like if you see that it works, instead of just doing all the work yourself, you can find someone that can do this for you. You can pay them like $50 and they can make you like, I don't know, like 20 something photos, fairly simple and very easy. You just give them, hey, this is what I need you to do. This is what works and this is how I want you to do it. So if you do it first and then you see that it works, you can start outsourcing this to someone else so they can just replicate that over and over again. And then you can just schedule the content and that's it.
I can use that for Instagram too.
Yeah, you can do that for Instagram as well. And it works really well on Instagram. What I'm saying is test the reaction content, do that, but we know that that's not making you money right now. So you want to lean into photos as much as you can to continue to make more money. But do the video thing. Take all of those videos down, add your reactions. Then once you take all of those videos down, let's say you have 1 or 2 video reactions in there, reach out to Meta and say, hey, I don't know why my videos are not being monetized. Look at my videos. Essentially. And now you have original videos that you can say, yeah, all my videos are original. I make all my videos. Here you go. And that might be able to solve that issue.
Should I also use the links that you provided in the...
There's a couple. There's maybe 1 or 2 in there that can get you into a specific form. But the reason why I'm telling you to reach out to Meta first is because they might be able to send you, the links change all the time. They might be able to send you an updated link to something like a new form or something that you can submit to. So I have to constantly update. I have a full folder on my computer of all the different links, and sometimes I go back to those links and the links have expired. So that's what I'm saying, like reach out to them first, see if they give you a new link. If the link they give you, it's not on the list that I have provided, then use that link. If the link is not something that's working for you, go back to the list inside of the Creator Academy, just pick one and just submit that. Every 4 or 5 days you can submit a form.
I think you said one time that the violations are only supposed to be for 90 days.
It depends on the violation. The copyrighted violations, they can last months sometimes. So typically they tend to expire every 90 days. Like if you have a simple violation, they might expire. Like for limited originality of content, we've seen them expire over time, while other pages had that violation for like 6 months. So it just depends if the content that caused that violation is still sitting on your page. So that's what I'm saying. Like I tell people, delete the content first, wait, and then try to appeal. If you see that nothing is happening, it's most likely because the content that caused the violation is still sitting in your page. So we don't know which one it is because Facebook doesn't say this is the video or this is the post. So you have to guess. So that's what I'm saying. Like delete everything first and then go back and try to submit an appeal. If you don't see anything, it's most likely because there's something in the page that's still causing this violation.
So typically in the perfect Facebook universe, do the violations go away on their own?
They do sometimes. We had a Facebook page where it had the limited violation for months, like 4 or 5 months, and I just got tired and I said, let's just delete everything and just leave the page sitting there with no content for like a month. Let's see what happens. And it actually updated and it just went away by itself without submitting an appeal, nothing. So it's weird. I don't know why they have this system this way, but once the page's been sitting there with no content, the problem with that is that once you go back to start again trying to rebuild this page, it takes a while because you haven't posted in a month, you got no content, your fans or your followers forgot about you. So that's the only downside, but you can definitely try that. And I would say attempt to delete the content first and have original videos. Try to submit an appeal. And if it doesn't work, then you can go back and just delete everything. You just wait for Facebook to see what happens.
Yeah. And with the Studio Q one, I've reached out to Meta and I've used your forms and, they open cases or whatever. And they just said that it's in review, but it's been since April 2024.
Yeah, it's been in review, but they don't give you one. That's what I'm saying. Like every couple of days, 4 or 5 days, submit a new form. So it opens a new case. case because the people who respond, like the meta reps, they don't know anything. So the only way to get access to like what's going on is like if they move your case to the next level and the next level. And that sometimes it takes me weeks to be able to reach the right people. The best way that I found is just deleting the stuff and making sure that I have original content before I reach out to them. And you do have the rights manager, right?
I do. Does that mean you still only get monetized with the content on one page?
It means that your content is protected within that one page. If you decide to share a video on another page, but is inside your rights manager, you can say, you can definitely use this video. You can't monetize it though. Now you can share the video, but you can't monetize it because that's my video. So that's the only thing. And if someone else decides to just grab one of their videos and upload it to a Facebook page, you can say, you can use the video, but I'll take a percentage of whatever the video makes if your page is monetized. So in most cases, a lot of the Facebook pages that are grabbing your videos are not monetized. They just need content, so they just start grabbing your videos. So it's good to have it, but at the same time, it doesn't really make that much of a difference in terms of revenue unless you have a massive brand of millions of followers on Facebook. You have a podcast as well, right?
I got everything, Lester.
So you have a podcast. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta have a really good content plan for each one of those because you're gonna be burnt out if you don't do it properly. So I would say make sure every single page has a purpose. So you're not posting the same thing like across multiple Facebook pages, and people are gonna be like, why are you posting about Whitney on the Studio Q? And keep everything separate and make sure you stay focused on each page with a specific type of content, and that's it. Don't post anything else outside of that.
And that's why I wanted to be specific, asking you about my stories about Whitney. It seemed as though I would want to put them on my Whitney page, but because I am telling the story, I put it on my Quincy Thomas page and tagged the Whitney page to kind of siphon some of those people.
Yeah, you could do that every once in a while. Definitely, it's gonna be a way for you to just drive some of those people back to your personal brand because, like I said, it opens the doors for you. You might have maybe some people reaching out to you and say, hey, I would love to have you on as an interviewer for this specific tour, whatever it is. You want to build that personal brand as big as you can because that's honestly most likely is going to make you the most money. It's not going to be the monetization part of Facebook. It's going to be the personal brand.
So it's really important for me to grow my Quincy Thomas page as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to open a lot of doors for you. Build that while you make money from your Facebook pages because the money is great. But if you can build your personal brand to 100,000, 200,000, a million followers, that's going to print money.
And that's helpful because now I can redirect to the importance because, I think I got a $5 a day follower ad on my Quincy Thomas page, but it was the one that I put the least of anything into. But the way you're talking is it's actually the most important.
You can definitely use the other pages as a feeder to your personal brand because at the end of the day, it's you on every single Facebook page. It's just talking about different topics. And the more you do this, like you will start noticing that the bigger you get on Facebook or Instagram, more people will start reaching out to you and say, hey, I love your video about this, or I love how you interview this specific celebrity. Let's link up. And they might know someone who might need an interviewer for the next event. And so you start opening doors. So that's what I'm saying, like build your personal brand. But the other pages are just assets making you money on a weekly to monthly basis. So you build those as well.
Yeah, so changes the pyramid and puts the Q at the top. I wasn't for so long, so I think it's just all brand new because like even when I was doing Studio Q, people had no idea that it was me behind because I just focused on the guest. So since the pandemic, though, I've been doing live interviews on the internet and stuff like that. So people are like, oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's a. Yeah.
And is that the podcast? Is that what you do on the podcast? You bring guests, talk about different.
With the podcast, what I do is kind of just like rip the audio from interviews. I do go live. So everything that I do, like live in the moment or whatever, I'll turn it into a podcast and put it on Quincy on Spotify and just add the episodes that way.
Any other final questions? Anything you want to ask?
No, I'm excited now in a brand new way because now I know what to do with these things that I've been building and how to plan. And even though the money is great, it's about the personal brand and off Facebook as well as on Facebook, which is much bigger.
As you know, we have one of our members inside of the Creator Academy. He has a personal brand, Matthew. He's making really good money from his Facebook page. But the thing is, the more money he makes from his Facebook page, essentially, that's also building his personal brand. So that feeds into his actual business, allowing him to sell more of the stuff, whatever he wants to sell, then allows him to make more money. So that's the benefit of having a personal brand. So definitely look into that, invest into that with content and money money. You don't have to spend that much money, but just know that that's you on the top. Everything else below that is your Whitney page, your Studio Q page, pretty much everything else. It connects all to your personal brand.
And I have a Patreon, and I have a few subscribers on the Whitney page. I mean, not a lot, but it also just helps in that, because in creating probably, future digital products, because people also want to know how to, like, well, how did you get to interview? How can I do it? All that kind of stuff.
And if they were to buy something from you, they would do it from your personal brand, not the Whitney Houston page.
Not the other stuff.
Not the other stuff. Because they trust you. They don't know about the other pages. So that's what I'm saying. Like, invest into that, because that's going to be the biggest money maker. And to give you an example of the power of having a strong personal brand and how it could be worth millions of dollars. Have you seen that show on YouTube called First We Feast, which is the guy interviewing celebrities?
Yes, with the wings.
Yeah, that's a perfect example right there. The guy is a great interviewer, and it's a format that they have in place. They eat chicken wings, they ask questions, but the questions he asks is really good, and most of the comments are like, you're asking amazing questions, and that's how it became what it is today. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the show, it is what it is because of the interviewer. It's not because of just of the format of them eating spicy chicken wings. So that's what I'm saying. If you build your personal brand and people really appreciate your interview style and the questions you ask, naturally you will get more opportunities coming out of that.